Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are over at the Jeep booth of the Texas State Fair, and of course, a car many people wanted to see in person is this vehicle right here. This is a 2026 Jeep Cherokee. This particular one is a limited trim, but before we get into this compact SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. So the Cherokee name, that name has a lot of weight at Jeep, especially with their Grand Cherokee, the original, one of the original off-road vehicles, which would eventually become SUVs. Now with the Cherokee, it's been 2 years since we saw one, so it's been on a hiatus. But the good news is, while it's been gone, it's gone through a bunch of changes. Not only do we have an all-new look Cherokee, but we also have hybrid power. Now, of course, in this compact crossover section, there's a lot of competition. So what I want to find out is, do you go with the Cherokee, or are you going to go maybe CR-V from Honda? Let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, the look has definitely changed. And it's interesting because I remember a few years ago when they did a redesigned Cherokee, a lot of people were upset about how it looked, especially at the front end of the business. Now, at the front end of the business on this one, much better job. So you have nice LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps. My one zonk is this. What is this? It's like a fake vent, I guess. They could have made that a functional air curtain, or just keep it smooth. Why does it have to have those ridges like a potato chip, like a Ruffles potato chip? Now, working our way down, we got the flat black, and you do have LED fog lamps. Now, as we come across the 7-slotted grille, I guess technically it's not a 7-slotted grille because you have 2 grills, which are fake. But it gives you the interpretation of the 7-slotted grille that's unique to Jeep only. We have the vertical gloss black, functional through most, so I'll let it slide. I'm not even gonna zonk it because it's functional through most. Working our way down, I like the way they kind of carved out each of the bottom portions of the grille into the front bodywork. And then you have a large amount of flat black and functionality on this lower flat black grille. Now they did reshape, they focused and reshaped the front end to give you better approach and departure angles. And of course, this does have power going to the ground, all 4 wheels. The other thing I'm still trying to wrap my mind around that I'm gonna zonk is, what is this? I don't know. I don't know. I guess it would have been cool to put like recovery tow hooks, but remember there will be a Overland edition, which I'm sure will have some type of off-road tow hook capacity, or maybe eventually a trail hawk. That might be interesting. But let me know what you think about the face of this new Jeep Cherokee. Now, as we rise up, we got the Jeep name, nicely placed, the flat black, a little bit of a bulge. One of the things I like about the hood is I'm liking these body lines on the far outer edges. It gives a lot of character to the hood. This hood could be so plain Jane, like a sugar cookie. I don't like sugar cookies because they're just too plain. I want some chocolate chip. I want some cinnamon. I want something. It's got it. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. So you're gonna have these new wheels, machined aluminum with the gunmetal gray. I like the way it's got the World War II Jeep logo there. This is an 18-inch wheel. Tires are 225 on the width, 60 series sidewall, and you'll notice that familiar trapezoidal design to the fender opening. That's a Jeep signature mark. I'm okay with the flat black, only because there's just so much flat black on the front of it. I think it would kind of be weird to not have any flat black on the side. And then you'll notice the amount of space we have for that wheel travel up and down. Now, coming down the side of the vehicle, you do have gloss black on your mirror caps, LED turn signals, the Cherokee name, Cherokee people, Cherokee tribe. From the side, like I said, compact crossover. So think RAV4, CR-V, CX-5, CX-50, Equinox, so on and so forth. Up top, you got those beefy raised roof rails. You get yourself your crossbars, you're gonna be ready for your off-road adventure. I like the way they did the door handles. The button is actually inside. So kind of cool the way they did that. Flat black along the lower door area, and then working our way to the rear. Look at the good sized quarter window. And I like the way this trim is a flat gray finish rather than just rubber or something like that. Now spinning around the back, it's got some big pluses. Let's talk about the pluses. I do like the taillights. Full LED lighting out back. You got the Limited name and that gray finish. The Jeep name, just like up front. And then of course, 4x4, because we do have power going to all four wheels. The zonk I have is this roof spoiler is sad. It's too stubby. And I think that if it was not so stubby, we could get rid of that rear wiper to really clean up the back. But I do like the lights, and I like the way they shaped the rear lift gate. I think it says Jeep. Now, as we work our way down, just like up front, they reshaped the lower bumper area. No exposed exhaust. You actually have your exhaust tailpipe kind of dangling down. It's like a little dangler. Maybe they should have trimmed that back a little bit, but lots of departure angle as you're going over terrain. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood. The outside is new. There's also something new to talk about underneath the hood. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hood struts. The new talking point is what's going on in this area. You're looking at a hybrid power plant for the 6th generation, and that's a standard hybrid power plant. So you're looking at a 1.6 liter turbocharged inline 4 paired to the electric motor. It's gonna give you 210 horsepower, 230 pound-feet of torque, 4x4 standard. But you do have rear axle disconnect if you're driving on the highway. The great news is MPG's 37 combined, which gives you 500 miles of range. Now you're gonna have your different models, trims, Cherokee, the Laredo, ours is the Limited, and then the Overland. And it's great to see it have that hybrid power plant. Now, because it is a hybrid, it does have an eCVT, and you can tow up to 3,500 pounds with this vehicle. So real game changer here with Jeep going straight up hybrid for all the trims. But man, 37 MPGs combined sounds pretty darn good. But let's get to the interior, because I think it's going to be surprising what Jeep is bringing. All right, guys, we're inside this 2026 Jeep Cherokee Limited trim. Just to give you a little bit more information, you do have 8 inches of ground clearance. And like I said, all of them are hybrid and all of them have that 4x4. Now, if you're wondering about pricing, basically it's a little bit of a spread. You're going from about $33,000 up to $45,000, depending on what trim you go with and how it's optioned. This being a Limited is going to be closer to that $40,000 range, with the Overland being at the $45,000 MSRP. But let's see what Jeep is bringing for this redesign. To the door panels, I do like the soft touch material. Look at the contrast stitching, all new, and then nicely done armrest, no gloss black, contrast stitching. You push that little button to pop the door open. Door pocket is a little tight, so maybe one big old piece of Texas toast here at the fair, and that's about it. You got your Alpine premium sound system, and then going from the door panel to the dash, look at the stitching. Like the way they brought this material here, better than just gloss black. Even the perforated leather style with that contrast stitching. Slide on in, we do have our 12.3 inch full touchscreen infotainment system. The navigation, it does have the latest operating software. You can adjust your mirror dimness, all of these things, all within the app. And of course, we hit off-road pages. You could bring up gauges. You could bring up driving dynamics. Look at that. Really cool with the graphics, especially in the Cherokee. Actually looks pretty good in that picture. And that's ours. So very curious what it's gonna look like driving down the road. Now you do have 3 stages of heated seats in the Limited, no ventilated seats, and a heated steering wheel, 3 stages. But nice job on the beautiful screen there. Now working your way down, you do have your dual climate control on the Cherokee, and then down below you have 2 USB-Cs. Look at the size of this cubby. You could easily win a couple prizes from the carnies here out on the Midway. Maybe some stuffed animals, maybe a pair of like fuzzy dice you could like take home and hang on your mirror. All new, 2 cup holders, digging the material. You got your rotary dial for your CVT, that's your start stop button. And then you got your different modes, including sand and mud. Hill descent control, wireless charging, you just drop it in, drop it like it's hot. Stitching, open it up, whoa! What's cool about this, think about it. Some people get these ginormous Yeti bottles, they don't fit anywhere. You could actually stand up your Yeti bottle of your Yoo-hoo, maybe you fill it up with Yoo-hoo, and then get yourself one of those like curly straws. And then you could have the curly straw come all the way up to here, and then while you're driving, you could drink your Yoo-hoo. That's a pretty good idea. Seats, nice soft material, the stitching. Look at the way they did that. That feels really good. Perforations, full electric assist for the passenger, full electric assist for the driver, panoramic sunroof with a power shade. Nice to see. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I got an all-new steering wheel in this Jeep Cherokee I want to show you coming over. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. Definitely doesn't feel like the old Cherokee. Love the seat controls, easy to get to. I'm 6 feet tall, and even though this is a compact crossover, they don't feel compact, I promise you. Steering wheel. This is one heck of a steering wheel. Very interesting shape, much different than anything else in its class. The leather, the crisscross applesauce stitching, flat black on the switchgear, and that iconic Jeep name. You do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel, and I'm sorry I can't turn it on because we're at the auto show, but you do have a brand new full digital gauge cluster. But the level of materials has definitely gone up in the Cherokee. Let's get in the back seat. There's like a bug right there. Got it. Let's get in the back seat because I'm getting rootin' tootin'. I want to go boot scooting in this Cherokee. All right, guys, back seat time in this Jeep Cherokee. Same great materials on the seats. The back of the seat, you don't have a pocket behind you. So if you have your big old plate of funnel cake and you were hoping to slide it in the pocket here at the fair, you won't be able to do it. You can do it on my side, but it's gonna cost you 20 bucks. I don't come cheap. Back little command center, we have AC vents. This Ruffles Ridges design, I think, is carried throughout. Maybe it's sponsored by Ruffles Potato Chips. 2 USB-Cs. I'll tell you, it's actually quite comfortable. Not even close to the headliner. Remember, I'm 6 feet tall. I actually feel like I shrunk back here. It's kind of weird, in a good way. Pull that down. Ooh, sharp and soft. 2 cup holders. Let's get in that cargo area because I want to see what the Cherokee's bringing. All right, guys, cargo area time. Gonna hit the button. Nice electric assist on the Limited trim. I love how the rear bumper isn't too high, and look at the amount of space back here. I mean, unbelievable. I know Subaru's about the dogs, but I could get 2 yellow labs back here, no problem with the amount of room that we have. On the passenger side, what you're gonna find is your easy access 12 volt. You got a place down here where you can hide a box of Twinkies. And then of course, those seats are gonna fold down 60-40 split. Now, the one bad news is there's no handles back here to make that happen. I actually have to come all the way here and do it that way. So I'm just gonna fold down the 60 part. You could save the 40%. You can see just, it's nice and flat, which is great. And then what do we have underneath here? Lots of storage, lots of storage. Don't see a spare. Now, I'm gonna predict that the production model won't have a spare. I think you're gonna get a can of flat fix and a air compressor, but the good news is you got lots of storage underneath. So if you ever get kicked out of your house, you could sort of live out of this, get yourself a nice little air mattress and then put all your belongings underneath the cargo liner. Now to close a Jeep, you always got to hit it here. The great news is that the Cherokee is still here. It's been around since 1974. I can't wait to take this for a drive because just by feeling and touching and seeing it here at the show, it's definitely changed in a better way. But we're not ready for the first drive. We need to wrap it up here from Texas, so let's get to it. All right, guys, always a great time whenever I'm at an auto show, especially the Texas State Fair, and it blows my mind just how many vehicles are on display here. It is an auto show all in itself. But let me know what you think about the new Jeep Cherokee. Is it the one that you would buy over a Honda CR-V, especially like a trail sport? Let me know in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. I'll come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Always got to give it up to Latte Lori. I'm literally nothing without her. So thank you, Lori, for being so great. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.